All right, cat people, let's get one thing straight right from the start. That delicate little tap your cat gives your morning coffee cup, sending it crashing to the floor in a glorious caffeine-fueled explosion, that was not an accident. That was a calculated move, a deliberate act of feline intention. We've all been there, watching in slow motion as a single paw extends, nudges a pen, nudges a phone. They look you right in the eye as if to say, "I'm going to do it. You see this? It's happening." And then, with the surgical precision of a bomb disposal expert, they send it flying. It's a moment of pure, unadulterated catness, a declaration that they are in charge of the physics in this house. So many people I meet on my travels tell me, "Oh, Jackson, he's just so clumsy." No, he's not. A cat is one of the most graceful, coordinated creatures on the planet. They can walk along the thinnest fence line without a single misstep and land silently from a 6-foot jump. The idea that this same animal accidentally stumbles into your water glass is, frankly, insulting to their incredible athleticism. We need to reframe our thinking and get inside their heads. This isn't about clumsiness. It's about communication, instinct, and a deep-seated need to understand their environment. Your cat isn't breaking things. They are speaking a language you just haven't learned to interpret yet, a language written in shattered mugs and scattered paper clips. This behavior is a fundamental part of what I call cat mojo. It's the raw, wild confidence that every cat is born with, the essence of their inner tiger. When a cat is pushing the boundaries, literally pushing your stuff off the boundaries of a table, they are expressing that mojo. First and foremost, we have to honor the hunter within. Your fluffy, purring lap cat is a direct descendant of some of the most efficient predators on Earth. That instinct, hunt, catch, kill, eat cycle, is hardwired into their DNA. It doesn't just disappear because they have a bowl full of kibble waiting for them in the kitchen. When your cat sees a small, inanimate object sitting there, like a tube of chapstick or a bottle cap, their predator brain lights up like a pinball machine. That little object isn't just trash, it's potential prey, and it needs to be investigated immediately to see if it's alive. The initial tap is a test. Is this thing alive? Will it scurry away? A real mouse or bug would react, and that first gentle nudge is the cat's way of checking for a response. When the object slides a little, it mimics the movement of wounded prey trying to escape. This is incredibly stimulating for your cat. Each subsequent push is part of the catch-and-play sequence of the hunt. They are practicing their skills, keeping their predatory tools sharp for a hunt that may never come. Your favorite pen isn't just a writing instrument. In that moment, it's a small, skittish creature that must be subdued for the good of the colony. Think about the way a cat plays. They stalk, they pounce, they bat things around. Pushing your phone off the nightstand is just a larger-scale version of batting a toy mouse across the floor. They are engaging in a necessary, instinctual behavior. The problem is that their chosen toy is your $1,000 communication device. We can't get mad at them for being a cat, but we can redirect this powerful energy. Now let's talk about the second major reason. Your cat is a brilliant, manipulative genius who knows exactly how to get your attention. Cats are incredibly smart observers of cause and effect, especially when it involves their favorite person, you. They have learned a very simple equation. Human is busy staring at the glowing rectangle. Human is not paying attention to me. However, if I push this shiny object off the table, it makes a loud noise. Suddenly, the human stops staring at the rectangle and looks at me. It's a foolproof strategy, and from your cat's perspective, it works every single time. It's a classic gambit for your affection. This behavior often spikes when you are most preoccupied. On a Zoom call, typing furiously to meet a deadline deep into a movie. Your cat doesn't understand the concept of a work meeting. They just know that your focus, which should rightfully be on them, has been stolen by a boring, inanimate object. Knocking something over is the feline equivalent of a toddler throwing their sippy cup from the high chair. It's a guaranteed way to make you react. You might sigh, you might say their name, you might even get up to retrieve the item. Mission accomplished. You are now engaged with them, even if it's with a frustrated tone. To a cat, any attention can be good attention. They don't necessarily distinguish between you cooing at them and you saying "Figaro, no" in an exasperated voice. Beyond hunting and attention-seeking, there's a third, more scientific motivation at play. Pure, unadulterated curiosity. Cats are natural scientists, constantly experimenting with the world around them to understand how it works. Your tabletop is their laboratory, and every object on it is part of a grand experiment in the field of cause and effect. That pen sitting on your desk poses a fascinating series of questions. What is this thing? What happens if I touch it? What happens if I push it a little harder? What sound will it make when it hits the floor? It's a methodical, scientific inquiry into the fundamental laws of physics. This is especially true for kittens and young cats, who are still learning about their environment. For them, the world is a giant interactive puzzle. Pushing an object off a ledge and watching it fall is a profound learning experience. It teaches them about gravity, about object permanence. The object still exists even after it disappears from view, and about the different sounds and reactions various objects produce. A metal fork makes a loud clatter. A soft plush toy makes a dull thud. A glass of water makes a spectacular splash. Each event provides valuable data that gets stored in their brilliant little brains. Think of it as your cat writing their own personal encyclopedia of how things work. They are driven by an insatiable need to explore and interact. A static, unchanging environment is a boring environment, and a bored cat will always find a way to make things more interesting. So what's a cat person to do? How do we live in harmony with these furry little agents of chaos? The answer lies in a combination of management, redirection, and acceptance. First, the management part. Cat-proofing is your responsibility for precious or dangerous items. Use museum putty on fragile vases. Keep liquids in spill-proof, weighted containers. Store delicate electronics away from edges. Think baby-proofing, but for a tiny ninja who can jump 6 times their height. Next, redirection, the most powerful tool. This behavior is driven by needs for hunting attention and stimulation. Meet those needs positively. Schedule 2 or 3 15-minute play sessions daily. Use an interactive wand toy to satisfy the hunter. Offer puzzle feeders. Provide solo toys. Give attention on your terms so they don't resort to gravity tests. A well-stimulated cat is less likely to redecorate your floor. Even with everything, embrace some beautiful chaos. You chose a tiny predator, instinct and mystery included. Enjoy their wild spirit even when inconvenient. Sometimes they'll stare you down and slowly push your chapstick off the counter. In that moment, laugh. It shows they're individuals. Their object toppling is part of their charm. It's a small price for the purrs, the headbutts, and the unconditional love. Why did the cat knock the lamp off the table? To shed a little light on the situation, of course. They are both chaos and comfort, a furry paradox. Now I want to hear from you. What's the craziest thing your cat has deliberately knocked over? Share your stories of feline mayhem in the comments below.